Hello everybody, welcome back to Kanga TV, home of North Melbourne fans, and welcome to the final word ahead of our round 10 clash against Richmond. The final side for Sunday's game has just been announced and we will be going in unchanged for the game on Sunday. I love it. I absolutely love when we make no changes. I understand the temptation is there to tweak things and to make omissions, but the way the sides ain't playing over the last 3 weeks, we sort of look like we've all clicked, and it kind of looks like the structure is really set in place now, and all that's left to do is actually win a game. The synergy amongst the 23 looks great. The chemistry and the link up between the defenders and the midfielders and the forward line and the rucks, it's all kind of working. And I do think that the way we've played defensively over the last 3 weeks speaks volumes. I think the way we played offensively has also spoken volumes. And I think that all in all, there was no need to make any changes. And like I said, I understand the temptation and, you float the idea of bringing people in and giving people a go. But I think right now we need to back in the side that we've got to go out there and claim victory. It's going to be a big game on Sunday against Richmond. We haven't won a game at the MCG since 2017. We don't play there all that often. We've got 3 games there this year, which is a real novelty for us. It's only really been a token 1 game at the MCG against Melbourne for the past few seasons. So this is a welcome change, I think. And of course, the one weekend we play at the MCG and it is due to be pouring rain and freezing cold. So hopefully the weather gods are kind to us. Hopefully that doesn't stop people from showing up. And hopefully it just is a recipe for our second win of season 2025. I'm hanging out for it. I feel like it's been a long time coming. And I said in my preview, I don't even want to let my mind go to a place where I have to think about what could possibly happen should we not win the game. So let's not even think about that. Let's go in positively. We back the side in that we are fielding and trust ourselves, our system, and just go out there and get the win. Moving along to the rest of the news that has come through during the week and the 2025 fixture. The remainder of the 2025 fixture has been released. Notably, our centenary celebration game has been moved. It was originally planned for round 20 against Geelong on a Saturday night. It has been rescheduled to round 17. We take on the Bulldogs in a marquee Thursday night clash at the start of July. I believe the reason behind the move is that not only is it a standalone game on the Thursday night, but the Saturday night game against Geelong was going to be a Foxtel only or a KO only game. It wasn't going to be free to air. Playing the game on the Thursday night allows us clear air, the marquee time slot, and allows us for the full pre-game show on free to air on Channel 7 leading into the game. I do worry that this might impact attendance. I would hope not, but a Thursday night game can be really difficult for people to get to. We had an amazing crowd against Essendon. There was over 35,000 people there and the atmosphere was awesome, but I know personally it was quite some time between leaving the office and being able to get to Marvel Stadium. I think I only got there with about 20 minutes, half an hour up my sleeve. So I worry about that impacting both the pre-game celebration at the ground and then attendance. And not everyone is going to have the flexibility and the opportunity to get there or get there early enough as they would like. I have no doubt North fans will still show up in droves, and I think it'll still be a wonderful night for the club regardless. And I do see the pros and the perks of it, but I also do see the other side. Also for people who would have potentially already organised trips from interstate for that game. As we all know, that was announced late last year that would be the fixture. And so to have it changed last minute is probably a little bit disappointing for some fans. And I don't know if the club had any more warning than the 2 days that they would have been given when the fixture was released. So that's the big notable change. They're the only 2 night games we do have for the remainder of the season. Most of the other games are either a Saturday twilight game or a Sunday 1:10 or 1:40. Didn't even know that 1:40 was a fixture up until this fixture was released 24 hours ago. I really like the 1:10 on a Sunday. I also really like the twilight on a Saturday. We have no 4:40 on a Sunday, which is awesome. We don't have any early, maybe one early Sunday game, but we don't have too many, if any at all. I think we do have a really nice fixture for the second half of the year in terms of timing, considering that we're still sitting at the bottom of the ladder. Looking at that fixture, I do feel like there are quite a few winnable games there, and I do hope that if we continue on with the form that we've had and we've shown, particularly over the past 3 and hopefully 4 weeks coming up this week, and then it will allow us to have a few more 4-pointers in the bag in the second half of the year. One can only hope. Anyway, it's crazy to me that we're already approaching the second half of the season. It feels like, and I said this in my preview, it feels like this year is absolutely flying, and I hope that with time and with the time remaining, we can find some winning form. The other big piece of news that has come out of the club, Paul Curtis may be facing a slight delay in his return to the side. He does have one more game on the sidelines. He is set to return against Collingwood, but there have been complaints out of the club over the past 24 hours. He may have done something to his quad. Now, I have been told that scans have come back all clear and that he should be good to return as planned against Collingwood, but I'm sure it's a situation we'll all be monitoring very, very closely, and we'll only really get confirmation from the club later in the week. Paul Curtis has been such an integral part of this side. He was in all-Australian form up until he was suspended, and he was a big, big reason as to why our goal supply had been increased and improved across season 2025. I'm really looking forward to him coming back into this side. I know you guys are as well. I think a lot of people are sitting here and saying, had he played the last couple of games, and maybe we would have won one, if not both of them, and maybe he is that big difference. So very, very much looking forward to Paul Curtis coming back, and hopefully it is against Collingwood as planned. That is all from me between now and Sunday. Hopefully the next time I see you, we are sitting down to review a massive win, our second of season 2025. What do you think about the fixture for the rest of the year? How are you feeling ahead of Sunday's game? Leave all your thoughts in the comments below. We can also catch up over on socials, Kanga TV show on Instagram, X, Facebook, or email if you're that way inclined. Let's just have a great weekend. Let's just go to the MCG and get the win. That's all I have left to say. Go Roos.